How's it going, you guys? This is Sarah Ripple with Ripple Effect Fitness. I'm going to break down a very quick warm-up slash stretchy slash feel-good circuit that we've used in my group training workouts this week. So I actually came up with this Tuesday prior to my own workout because I was feeling a little kind of congested over here on my left side. I've got hip issues and low back issues that I've dealt with for years with this side. It just gets chronically tight, other stuff, but anyway, long story short is that I felt like I needed to kind of decompress my lumbar spine. So essentially, I threw together 4 things, and that's what I did, and then that I felt it was good enough to use with my clients, so we did, and now I'm sharing it with y'all. So essentially what we're gonna do is we're gonna start off with just a band distraction kind of lat stretch. I'm gonna show a 2-arm and a 1-arm version. We're gonna move from there into a 3-legged dog, which is a yoga pose. I'm not a yogi. Had a stint doing yoga for a while, got hooked on it. It's great, but I by no means profess to be proficient at the poses. So 3-legged dog is the second thing. Third exercise is going to be, I'm drawing a blank. A dead hang from the rings with an option of doing a scapular pull-up or a scapular shrug, and then a side lying stretch on the ball. So essentially what we're gonna do, the first exercise is just a banded distraction lat stretch. So I just have, this is a Elite FTS light band hooked up high. Really simple. You're just gonna grab the band and essentially step back and get some tension on it. And you wanna think about your arms being in line with the band. So I'm not here and I'm not here. Everything's just kind of sitting back in the hips and elongating through this region right here. So if you see where Slater is in my armpit, that's kind of where we're hitting. We're trying to emphasize what's called the lateral line. If we're talking fascial slings in the body, nerdy stuff, y'all can look into that if you want. Those who know what I'm talking about know what I'm talking about. But trying to lengthen through the lats here and just free up everything to where stuff can just breathe a little bit. So you're gonna hang out here for about 20 seconds. You can kind of let the band pull you upwards. And then as you exhale, pull a traction down on it. We can also do a single arm version. So essentially what we're gonna do here is you're gonna take your hand, or your hand inside the band and grab it, just like so, and then step back with it with the same side leg. From there, I like to rotate the palm up and then place the other hand on the wrist. So that just lets you focus a little bit more on one side. And you can do all kinds of other things like twist your body around this, that, and the other, but if we're trying to emphasize the lats in a more general sense, those 2 are great variations. Okay, so moving on from that, we're gonna do, next thing is a 3-legged dog. So essentially this is a downward facing dog variation. Really simple, feels really good. This is gonna kind of address the anterior hip and the hip flexors in the front of the leg, quads too. It'll just kind of open you up through here. So again, I have chronic tightness and tension through this left side of my body. So I'm gonna show that side. So hopefully y'all can see what I'm talking about and I don't moon y'all if my pants creep. So you're gonna start in a high plank. We're gonna shift into a down dog. So I'm thinking about pushing my heels towards the floor, bringing my hips up. I'm thinking about pushing the floor away with my upper body, all right? So down dog. From there, what we're gonna do is raise a leg up, and then you're gonna let it just kind of flop over to the opposite side. So the whole thing is while I'm here in this position, I'm not letting myself fall towards the floor. I'm pushing away, and I'm really feeling a good whoop. That's what would happen if I let that arm up, but I'm really feeling a good stretch through here. Okay, so what I suggest on that one is to do a 10-second stretch on one side, making sure that you can breathe the whole time. Come back down to the high plank, and then do a 10-second stretch on the other side, okay? Third thing is gonna be down this way. We're going to do a dead hang from the rings. You can also do this from a bar, okay? Same thing. Sometimes I like to do the rings because I like to be able to move around a little bit more. But essentially the difference between a dead hang and an active hang is that in a dead hang, you're just letting yourself hang. In an active hang, we're actually trying to pull the body upwards and pull the shoulder blades down and be in a more active position. So with this one, what I would suggest is just holding this hang position for a comfortable amount of time. Not where you're feeling like you're about to die, okay? For me, it was about 20 seconds, felt like it was enough the other day. So an option on this one, if you feel like it would be to do a scapular shrug or a scapular pull-up, where essentially what we're doing is we're kind of oscillating between the dead hang position here and the active hang position here. So if you notice, I like to stay in a kind of hollow body position. I don't want to extend this way and be arching my back. So abs are kind of engaged. I'm tilting my pelvis backwards and just getting in a nicer overall shape for that. All right? So last thing that we're going to touch on is just a side lying stretch on the stability ball. So again, my left side is the side that generally has a little bit more congestion. My brain moves faster than my mouth sometimes. So what we're going to do here is get comfortable getting onto the ball. So you don't want to try to just get onto the ball. I suggest squatting down a little bit, get your hip next to it, and then from there roll the ball to the side to where you can place your hand on the floor and get stable. So with the legs, what we're going to do, top leg is going to be behind the bottom leg in kind of a scissored position there. We're going to take this top arm and we're just going to reach it over the body. So we're really opening up through here. And with this, I'm not arching my low back or getting crazy here. I'm still trying to stay organized through my midline, okay? So with this one, I would suggest holding for about 20 seconds. You could go longer, making sure that you can breathe. You can take yourself and kind of reach back, play around with like the different positions to kind of see where you need to stretch. Find those areas that are tight and go there. So in a nutshell, we have 4 feel-good stretchy things that I just mapped out. Lat stretch with a band. We had the 3-legged dog, downward dog variation, active hang on the rings, and then side lying stretch on the ball. So those 4 things, I would suggest going through that at least one time, of course, but 1 to 3 times. We did 3 rounds as a warm-up in group training this week. So great way to kind of get you loosened up a little bit, decompress the spine, get everything in a little bit happier state, and you'll be ready to rock and roll for your day or your workout. So hope y'all try that and let me know what you think, and we'll see you next time.